And what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. We are back from a little week-long hiatus, probably. I mean, it wasn't too long.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were ready. You had finger on the trigger. I thought we were fixing to pull it. We are back, and I'm wearing a very fun shirt. I'm bald at this point right now. But it's okay. Just if you tune in, just mark this date right now that you're listening. Okay. And then a year from today, set an alarm on your calendar and then go check us out. My hair will be long and luscious and it will be amazing. I'm doing it again. I'm growing it back out. But I need to cut it to make it all one length. And I am not getting a haircut for a year. Wife might not like it. She doesn't like the shirt. She didn't like it whenever I shaved this. So
You're doing real good.
I'm doing great. Marriage is amazing. Marriage is great. Do it, everybody, at least once. Some people do it twice. It is what it is.
I'm doing it 3 times.
Hey, third time's a charm. I told mom we can get married again, just so it could be the third time.
Yeah,
it'd be great. Anyways, we have so much to talk about. We were a little bit busy covering in my professional opinion, a little bit more exciting sport in college baseball. MLB is great. MLB is amazing, but we are about to get to the point where it is crunch time. And what crunch time means to those that are kind of new and just trying to get into sports, we are into probably somewhat the best time of the year, because in this part of the year, you see teams really start to kind of dig down deep and see what they got in their pocketbooks and see what trades they can make. And trade deadline is August. I don't know if you know that information off the top of your head. July 31st. Okay, yep. So before August 1st, obviously. But yes, July 31st is trade deadline. We are coming up on July 1st tomorrow, which is when this episode will be released. So today, technically, for those of you tuning in right now, it's about to be, they call these the dog days of summer? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's time that are you a contender or are you not? And you gotta figure that out right now, because you got 2 weeks for the All-Star break.
You got a month. You got a month to figure it out.
Yeah, but if you're the Red Sox, you didn't have a month, and you traded Rafi Devers. Some teams are going out. Shout out to Buster Posey and Giants for going do it before.
Yeah, look, Buster is.
And I like when a team makes a breaking move. Like a month and a half before the trade deadline, we see a bunch of stuff at the deadline, a bunch of rumors at the deadline. Dude, that player that you're shooting for at the deadline could have helped you out in the middle of June.
Yeah.
And, kudos to Buster and Giants. They did what they needed to do. They're still sitting, third in the division, I think, right now. But, dude, yeah, I'm like you. It's tied for third. It's an exciting time because, as you said, college baseball is over. Our Tigers, 90 champs.
We won?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we won.
I mean, I know I walked in on you napping, but I don't think you've been napping for 2 weeks. So
look, I was sleeping. I was sleeping hard. And the dogs didn't even hear you pull up, which means you need an exhaust on that big ass truck you got.
Well, I don't need one because that costs money, but and we don't get paid to do this. So, however, if you want to sponsor us, go for it. And kids, use your parents permission on this too.
And you can buy Coach Jace a new exhaust.
Yeah, you can buy me a new exhaust. You can write it off.
So dogs hear him and wake me up. Because I was sleeping hard. He opened the door and he was like, "Hey, buddy." Hey. What?
Yeah, you were passed out.
I was passed out. Take me a little nap.
It's a fun time. It's not a fun time for some teams. It's a great time for other teams. And, we got a list.
We have a list
of things to talk about and just kind of catch up on the main points.
We have a list of 13 topics. And we probably will not get to all of them.
Oh, we're getting all of them. But the first one that we're going to start with, Coach Rob, we're going to start off with point number 1 that is also going to lead to point number 7 here. Point number 1.
Okay.
Bobby Witt Jr. comes out yesterday. He is on Team USA. He has committed, or maybe it wasn't yesterday, but the day before. He has committed to play again for Team USA.
in
So
2026,
at the World Baseball Classic,
which they will be playing in Houston.
they will be. It's going to be a great time. I'm still waiting on the email for tickets to become available. I did sign up. Might have to just wait till, a week before, 2 weeks before we get the tickets. But, dude,
I might just go ahead and schedule a vacation.
What a great time that it is, right? We got Captain Judge there. We got shortstop there. We got arguably the best pitcher on the planet, Paul Skeens, has committed so far.
Oh, yeah.
With these names getting there, we're going to see other big names jump on board. Last year, you had some names that didn't jump on board, said no, they wanted the training in spring training instead of playing ball, whatever,
I don't know why
or 2 years ago. And, they didn't play. I think this year is different. They saw it here in the States, right? We played in Arizona. You saw it happen. You saw the intensity. You saw what it brought out. You saw the big-time Trey Turner homer. That he was named like Mr. America or some shit for a couple weeks. And, Trey did his thing. And, you come up short a little bit. You got the exciting time of championship game, 9th inning show versus that time teammate Mike Trout. They give a little head nod at the start. He strikes him out to win the WBC.
Japan.
I mean, look, it was so fun and so exciting. And not even just USA baseball, man. I tell you, tune into Dominican versus Cuba play or Puerto Rico, Cuba. Holy smokes. Puerto Rico, Dominican. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I'll say part of the most fun. I've been in a lot of fun games, right? I've been in blowouts. Yeah. I've been to, the Astros and the Mariners in 2019. The final score was 21-3, right? I left in the 5th and it was 18-2 at the time, right? Like I've been a part of those games. I've also been a part of walk-offs in San Diego when San Diego was playing in Arizona. Yep. Had a buddy of mine who was from Arizona. He was an Arizona fan. And we went to that game, and Melvin Upton Jr., formerly known as BJ Upton, hits a walk-off home run, dead center. That was probably, if the fence is 400 feet, that thing went 401.5. All right. It could have been robbed, and it almost was. But it was a walk-off. Padres win. But I've been to the World Baseball Classic.
You have been.
The game where Adam Jones robs Manny Machado dead center, and then Christian Yelich tries to rob one in left field, and he jumped here and ball was here. Yeah. So, that was probably one of the most exciting games I've ever been a part of, and this I can't wait to either watch there or watch on TV. Yeah. This is going to be phenomenal. And if we can go, vacation rolls around, vacation picks roll around in like December-ish for us. And I believe a lot of the guys I work with, they like to hunt and fish. Mm-hmm. Coach Rob, believe it or not, being from South Louisiana, I do not hunt and fish.
Same.
I drink and play baseball. Well, I drink and watch baseball and football.
And drink.
And drink a little bit more. But I enjoy, so a lot of guys want to be at work during those times.
Absolutely.
During baseball season and this and that. I might schedule vacation just in case. And I think you should too. And if we don't end up getting tickets, last minute beach trip, let's fucking go.
I mean, it's not the beach, but sure. Last minute Houston trip.
Why don't we go to Houston? I say we go we go on a golf trip at that point. We've already had the vacation. We scheduled something.
We're going for the WBC, which is in Houston.
Right, but if we don't get pulled for tickets, that's what I'm saying. If we don't get,
then yeah, we can go.
Then last minute trip. We're both off already. Let's do it.
Yeah. So speaking of Bob, I'm down. But speaking of Bob, look, we got to go to some disappointing teams here so far. We're almost at the halfway. We're actually at the halfway point of the season. The All-Star break isn't necessarily the halfway point, but look, you're at the halfway point of the year, and again, this is where teams got
after the halfway point.
It is
okay.
This is where teams really got to figure it out, right? And you talking about one of the most disappointing teams in all of baseball is Kansas City Royals. I mean, this is a team that goes to the playoffs last year. They do their things, and now they're sitting in 4th in the division, and not just 4th, but 13 and a half games back. This is a division that was arguably wide open to start. And in fact, you and me in the AL Central both picked KC to win this. And dude, this has been such a disappointing season for KC. And look, none of their guys are playing well. You know, the pitching staff isn't really doing what the pitching staff did last year, and the offense isn't there to back them up like they were last year. They're having a down year from a lot of people, including Bob. But you know, dude, it's just one of those things, man. This is a team that is sitting at 39-45. I don't think that they're going to necessarily sell necessarily.
Words are hard, and we have not said that in a long time.
But now we're back to MLB, and that's when words
get hard.
I don't think they're going to sell, but I also don't think they're going to go all in. I think they're just going to kind of roll this thing over. You know, you got all your pitching staff coming back next year. And, dude, man, I hate it for them, but it's just one of those things where it hasn't worked out for you this year for whatever reason. You know, you're way back on everything. I mean, your leading home run hitter is 12, and that's Pasquatch. That's Vinny Pasquantino.
Yeah.
You know, your batting average leader is Michael Garcia. He's the only guy hitting over 300 at 314. Bob's second at 285. You know, you're not scoring enough runs. You're not getting enough hits. And this is a team that we got super excited about in the regular season because you traded Brady Singer for Jonathan Indian. Everybody said, oh, you finally have a leadoff. You finally got a leadoff to put in front of Bob, in front of Vinny, in front of Salvi. You got Cags coming up, who is up at this point. There was a lot of excitement. You had signed who's the closer that they got? Was it Urseg, I think?
Yeah.
That they got.
Yeah, Lucas Urseg.
Yeah, Urseg. You got him. I mean, you know, you traded with the Red Sox to get Schreiber. You signed Michael Lorenzen. You re-signed Waka. Like, you had a lot of things that you were
They still got Lugo?
Yeah, you got Lugo. You got Reagans, who was really good last year.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff to be excited about. Carlos Estevez was another one. I think that was the one that they signed.
Yeah, I wish you still had that up.
I know. I think that's the one that they signed. But you got him and Urseg in the back of the bullpen, like, ready to go.
Yeah.
And, man, you know, Chris Bubic has been amazing this year. Yeah.
What's his last name?
Bubic, Bubic. Yeah. Chris
Bubic.
Bubic. He's been amazing this year. He's 6-6. Record don't show it. ERA 2.25.
Is this his last name?
Yeah. Bubic. But, dude, I'm telling you.
Like Boston fart. I love it.
And it's really
I wish they were on the same team.
Dude, it's really not like the starting staff has been horrible, right? You got Bubic 6.6, 2.25 ERA. You got Lugo at 5-5 with a 2.74 ERA. You got two guys under 3. That's rare in today's game. Okay. You got Michael Waka sitting at 4-7 with a 3.33 ERA. I mean,
yeah, you're just not putting up runs.
You're not scoring runs.
Their run differential is actually minus 33.
Yeah.
Right. So you look at this, their runs allowed are 310. Their runs scored 277. Right. Look at this point. Okay. First of all, if you're not above 40 wins, you're out. I'm not. Okay. Let me rephrase it. You're not out. You're not out.
Yeah.
You're close. Like you're right there between sell or go get people. Right. And I think like, so they're at 39 wins. They're 39-45. But like you look at teams like the Orioles, they're completely out. I think they're 36-47.
Yeah, they're out.
Okay, you look at the A's, they're 34-52. They're 10.5 games back in the wild card. I think they're out. Right, Nationals 35 wins. They're 11.5 games back. The Marlins at 37. Braves at 38, 8.5 or 8 games back in the wild card.
Yeah.
That's insane to me that the Braves are like that. But then you go back and you go, okay, the Royals are only 4.5 games back.
The wild card.
Other wild card. If they turn something on, they could make it. They could possibly make it. But you look at the AL this year, and AL East is just fucking rolling with it.
AL East is separated 1 through 4, separated by 3 games.
Right.
You know, the O's are out, and if you get past the Tigers, who we'll talk about here in just a second, as one of the most surprising teams or, you know, shocking teams, They got an 11.5 game lead in that division. Like, there is no catching them in the division. You are playing for a wild card only.
To the Guardians, like the Guardians are even 2.5 games back in the wild card, and the Guardians are
under 500 as well, 40 and 42.
I think the Guardians may or may not get to the point where they trade Jose. They trade J-Ram
I
to
could
get
see
something.
I could see it too, but it's not this year.
I don't think it's this year, but it's coming.
If you fail next year, you do it. Yeah, I agree. If you fail next, but dude, I mean, look, this is
they're on a 4-game losing streak right now. They're 3-7 in the last 10.
The
Guardians.
Yeah, this is what we talked about with Seattle last year, right? Pitching has always been so good. That's what they're known for. You got a bunch of dudes over there, right? Yes. You got a Bryce Miller, Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Luis Castillo. Like, you got dudes over there.
The Mariners are in it every year, and it always comes down to the last 3 games.
Yeah, and you're not hitting your way there. You got one guy that we're going to talk about who is, in my opinion, even as a Yankee hater, leading the MVP race at this point. But we'll talk about him here in a little bit. But, dude, this is what I want to talk about. Yeah, this is what I want to talk about. Last year, we talked about the Mariners being great pitching, horrible offensively. This is this year's Royals. The Mariners last year had these guys at the 2s and low 3s ERAs, right? But were last in the league in runs scored. Guess where KC ranks? Last in the league in runs scored right now by 20. The Pittsburgh Pirates are ranked 29th. They have more runs scored than them.
The White Sox have more runs scored than them, but only by 10. White Sox have 287.
You're right.
Royals are 277.
I was looking at the Pirates.
Well,
at 297. But, okay, so by 10 runs, you're still...
To the White Sox, by the way.
Yes.
And then the Rockies. To the 28-win White Sox.
And the Rockies, who's on track to have the worst record ever in baseball.
They scored 295, but they've allowed 516.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is...
No one else is in the 5s, by the way.
Dude, it's one of those teams that's just super disappointing so far. And, you know, to go along with the super disappointing teams, we already talked about the Orioles being one of them teams, right? You got all the young guys there, but I said from the beginning I had them finishing 4th in this division because they don't have the pitching. They just don't. They don't have any guys there. Kyle Bradish is hurt. Eflin just went on DL today. Grayson Rodriguez ain't been what he's been. You traded or you didn't re-sign Corbin Burns, which he's out with Tommy John this year, the first of his 6 $210 million deal. Yeah. Diamondbacks are also on this list of disappointing teams. The Rangers, who I said, you like to tell me, I said last year they were going to lead the league in scoring. I thought they'd be up there again this year. 2023 needs to be investigated because these dudes are horrible.
Yeah, and especially with Evan Carter and with a healthy Corey Seager and with Simeon and with Jonah Heim and with Higgy
and John Peterson
and Josh Smith.
Silver Slugger Josh Smith and Adolis Garcia. I mean, this is
on paper. We talk about it all the time. On paper, game is not played on paper, but on paper, this team is fucking loaded.
No, this team, I don't know what they need to do in 2023 to go back and look at it, but something's got to be investigated here because there's no way these guys won the World Series. You virtually brought back everyone. You know, you got rid of your Mitch Garvers and you traded Nathaniel Lowe this year to the Nats because you got off to a bad start again. And, dude, but this is...
Do you remember that story about Nathaniel Lowe?
These dudes suck.
How his they called him Nate Lowe when he first came up, and his mom like they tweeted something about him or something like that, and his mom responded to the tweet and was like, his name is Nathaniel, not Nate.
I do remember that, yeah.
And the next game they had Nathaniel Lowe. Like that's how they announced it.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
I do want to talk about a team that we probably don't have on a list because it's not.
Yeah, we got one more sad team to talk about, but we're not going to talk about it. It's our team, though.
It's a team that I just realized has a 7-game win streak, is 8-2 in their last 10, and they're 4th in their division. They're 8.5 games back in the wild card. They're 11 games back in their division. The Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
Miami Marlins are on a 7-game heater right now, and I'm not saying they could creep up, but.
Look,
don't count them out.
Yeah, they're not going to creep up. I'm definitely counting them out. I mean, I'm just going to be completely honest here. I'm going to certainly count them out.
Yeah,
and here's the funny part about it. If Sandy could have been anything that we're used to seeing Sandy be, to start the year, it would have been a completely different guy. I mean, he was up to a 9 ERA at some point. He's come back to earth and come back to being that guy here recently. But, dude, overall, 4-8 with a 6.98 ERA. I mean, this is not the Sandy Alcantara that we're used to watching pitch.
Yeah. I feel like Dr. Evil right now.
It's just not the same Sandy. And look, over his last couple games have been a little bit better. It hadn't been great for him, but
You want to talk?
Yeah, clearly.
All right, quit biting.
But dude, I tell you, look, they got another guy on their pitching staff, and I want to give him his shoot. He might be hurt right now because I don't see him listed.
We'll send him flowers instead of giving it to him.
Yep, it's Max Meyer, dude. He's not.
Max Meyer's a dog.
He's hurt right now.
He's a dog.
Dang it. But Max Meyer, dude, I like Max Meyer. He's been really good for him. But yeah, dude, I mean, look, it's a game that anybody can win in a given time, but yeah, I'm definitely counting them out for sure.
You need to do we want to hit on are we going to number 7 yet?
Well, yeah, I've already talked about the Diamondbacks and the Royals. The O's
okay,
and the
never
Rangers.
mind then.
That's why I said we have one more team to talk about.
No,
it's the Red Sox.
that's 8. That's 8 for me. That picture you sent, the screenshot, 7 is the one above it.
Jake, well, do we want to go to surprising teams first, since we're talking about disappointing teams?
Yeah, we can do that.
No, we'll go to Jake first. We'll split it up. So disappointing teams include the Red Sox, which we've talked about how bad they've been. And look, again,
we can hit on them in a little bit. I do want to, well, fuck it. I'll put that down. Red Sox, you suck.
Another year of you keep losing people and they keep just going down. Costas goes down early. Bregman was off to a torrid start.
This season, I'm blaming
down.
on Rafi completely.
Yeah, Rafi's gone now.
Yeah, but he deserved to be gone. Costas gets hurt. Any person in their right mind gets asked, hey, man, look, you play corner. Like, you play third base, right? We got Bregman, okay? I understand you did not want to move from third. We get it, right? But look, Costas is hurt. He's done.
His knee is completely gone.
Yeah.
By the way.
Might have to have his leg amputated. No. Oh, it didn't? Oh, okay. But like he's done for the season. Okay. Could you play first? Any person in their right mind goes, absolutely. Whatever I can do to help the team.
Any person that's on a 10-year, $312.5 million contract.
Coach, I'll play wherever the fuck you want me.
Shit.
You pay me. Pay off everything I held.
You already did that with this contract.
Yeah. Like pay my house off, pay my truck off. You don't even have to pay the house off. Just pay the truck off. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of paying that note. Right? So just pay my truck off. And coach, I will play first. I'll play fucking bat boy. I don't give a shit. This motherfucker said, no, I'm the third baseman. Okay, well, Rafi, you're fat as fuck. And you came to spring training 50 pounds over fucking weight.
Thank you.
Right? So you're not doing what we ask you to do anyway. So how about this? We'll just send you to fucking San Francisco and you can go not play third base over there.
Yeah. Because they have a Gold Glover.
Because Matt Chapman's over there.
For 6 more years.
Yeah. And he's a stud. So good luck and have fun spending more money because in California, the taxes are fucking higher. The cost of living is a lot higher. So you know what, Rafi, go fuck yourself. Have a good day.
Yeah, and the funny part about that is
you get Jordan Hicks out of the deal. It's not too bad.
Only if you put him in the bullpen, not starting.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. He should have never become a starter. But
almost like the
funny thing about it is okay.
Like how Zach Hess was out of the bullpen the next year they became a starter.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I didn't like it. The funny thing about Rafi getting traded there is, like you said, there's a Gold Glover and Matt Chapman at third base. You're not gonna go play third.
And he gets there and he goes, I'll play wherever they want me to.
Yeah, and you're gonna play
pussy.
You're gonna play wherever they want you to. Guess where they want you, bud? DH, because their best prospect, who's weeks away, is Bryce Eldridge, and guess what he does as a full-time job? First base.
Yeah.
So you're not playing there.
Yeah, you're not moving to second or short. You're too fucking fat. You can't cover the range.
The only thing
You're not playing outfield. You're too fat. You're not fast enough.
Here's what I'm saying. It might be number 13 on your list. Here's the good part about it is that he was traded to the Giants, and that new Threads card on the show is unbelievable.
Oh, it's unreal. It's disgusting. I have it. It's a 94 overall.
Yeah.
And MLB The Show purposes. Thank you.
It isn't.
We appreciate you, San Diego Studios. You are amazing.
Here's the only what is it? Is it like the retort?
Caveat?
No, my comeback to you. Is it a retort to you? Like
don't you dare call me that, dude. you can't call me that here.
I didn't. But my
fucking retort.
I'll say my comeback to you would be this. When they signed Bregman, Alex Cora did tell him, put your glove down and don't pick it up again.
Okay.
And I get it. I'm fully on your side. I promise. I'm on the side.
He must have meant to another city.
I'm on the side of you play where the team needs you to play. Do you want to win? Do you want the team to be better? How's the team get better? You go here and try it out. There's been a lot of rumors come out like, oh, he told him he would play there. He just needed a few weeks to get acclimated to it. Yeah, whatever.
He also needed a few months to lose the fucking weight.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. But
I don't get it. We picked this team to win in the fucking division.
We did.
They signed Bregman. They got Garrett Crochet. We thought this was the year.
Yep.
And guess what? It's not.
The year.
It's not the year.
But they're only 3 games back.
I feel like a fucking Cowboys fan at this point.
But you're only 3 games back.
In the wild card, sure. They're 4th in the division.
They are.
We picked them to win the division.
Yeah, but division's not over.
And anything they got the fucking the York Yankees winning the fucking division.
So speaking of the division, let's go to the surprising teams here. The Rays. Where the fuck did this come from? Sitting in second.
Chandler Simpson gets on base, bud.
Yeah, but he got sent back down. They just called him back up, but he got sent down.
Trey Morgan's in their farm system.
Like, where did this come from?
Man, look, the Rays.
I didn't see this coming from a mile away. I had this team finishing 5th in the division.
Listen to me. When the Rays had Evan Longoria and Cargo and
Carlos Pena, BJ Upton at the time,
BJ Upton, Carl Crawford,
David
Price, Dylan, Matt Shields.
Yeah.
Had that team, there were still people that did not pick them to win shit.
Yeah.
Okay. The Rays have always been doubted. They're not playing in their stadium this year.
Yeah.
They have literally nothing to lose. They literally have nothing left to lose. All their shit is gone. Everything that they own is fucking done. It's gone. They have the fastest man in the MLB in their farm system, and he got called up and did fucking beat out a routine ground ball to shortstop.
Yeah. Dude, okay? I saw one hopper to third. It was one of them like ones that hit the dirt and bounced way up. And it landed in the guy's glove, and he just tossed it back to the pitcher. He's like, yeah, he's safe.
Yeah.
I can't throw it.
Dude, there was another ground ball to second base where it was kind of like almost it was towards second base, but he was able to get around it.
Yeah.
Dude, he gets around it. He fields it, picks his head up, and goes, oh, shit, and has to hurry the throw safe by 2 steps.
Dude, the team just plays the game.
They play the Tampa Bay's way, and the Tampa Bay's way started when they went to the World Series, or they made the playoffs that year when Evan Longoria hit the walk-off to send them to the playoffs.
Correct.
And they started using what they call the opener. They started this fucking 5 innings with the starter, 4 innings with the starter, or whatever the fuck. Because before them, I don't know if you remember this, but before them, it used to be the starter would go 7 or 8 at max.
Yeah.
Right? If he was doing shitty, he'd go 5. Now they got guys that are fucking dealing, throwing 1-hitters, going 5 innings. And that's just the Rays way. The Rays, they know how to play baseball. Fucking, who's the manager over there? Kevin Cash?
Yeah.
Is he still over there? Dude's a winner.
Dude, I'm telling you,
it's the Rays way, man. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They have a plus 71 run differential. They've, I want to know what if it says it on here. No, it doesn't. But they're home and away splits. Okay, at home, which again, where's their home? They don't fucking know.
George Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah, it's the thing. Shout out to the Yankees. Shout out to the Yankees, which that's the only other fucking shout out I'll do to the Yankees. But shout out to the Yankees for letting the Rays use that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, being in Tampa, you would think that it's
Dude, here's where it gets interesting is the fact that if they do make playoffs, they can't play there.
no.
And the reason you can't play there is because it holds 10,180 something people.
So where do you go? Miami?
I don't know. And the reason you can't play there with it holding that many people is because it's roughly 7,500 media members get tickets for free.
Yeah.
So you're talking only 3,000 tickets getting sold.
So I mean, and you can't go to minor league stadium. You can't go to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp over there.
No, I mean you have to go to Miami.
That's the only place.
You can't go,
or
you could go to Atlanta. I have heard on MLB radio, MLB Network, that they are pushing to leave Bristol, Tennessee, the raceway.
Mm-hmm.
They turn it into a baseball field for like a one-time. They want to keep that
a one-time deal.
Yeah, I don't know
if you
exactly
make it far. If you make the wild card game and you win, guess what? You're playing a fucking at max 5 games, at minimum 3.
But they talked about keeping that open because of how many people it can fit. I don't know what they do. The logical explanation is go to Miami. Obviously.
Same thing with the A's, though, right? If the A's they're not getting him, but the Rays very well could. I mean, they're
That's
what?
They're something to keep a very close eye on.
They're leading the wild card right now.
Yeah, the Rays.
Yeah, by 3.5 games.
Yeah.
They're first in the wild card right now.
They're in the playoff right now. And if they get there, they have had preliminary discussions with MLB so far about, where they're going to play.
You need to wait till September to have those conversations. So September 1st.
You got to do it now because
fuck that. September 1st, you have those conversations.
You can't, because if you get to September 1st, you got 3.5 weeks to figure it out before you start playing games. You can't wait that long.
It depends on how big of a lead.
Yeah.
They could fucking take the lead in the division.
They very well could. What are they? Two games back, game and a half back?
1.5.
Yeah. They're right there.
But look, I'll be honest. Toronto Blue Jays at the 2nd seed in the wild card, that's shocking to me.
They had a really good offseason, though. Toronto had a good offseason. They got some guys in there.
They re-signed Vladdy.
Yeah, but Bo's having a better year. You got
a healthy Bo is good.
Who's the shortstop that they got from Cleveland? Oh my gosh.
His what's his fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, that guy.
All right, you really don't have it?
You don't have the teams
I don't have it.
Absolutely not. I got the standings pulled up.
The Blue Jays, dude. Oh my gosh.
I hate bringing shit up that's not on the fucking list because you're not prepared.
It's all right. We're gonna find it.
I'm not prepared either.
It's fine.
Toronto. Hold on. I'm on the Toronto Blue Jays page. Can I go to roster? Yeah, I can.
Andres Jimenez.
That's it.
You traded for Andres Jimenez, who's a Gold Glover.
Yep.
Good leadoff, top of the order guy. Bo Bichette's having a good season. You got other guys that's really stepping up. George Springer has stepped up a little bit this year. You got Scherzer, who's really leading that he's not in no way, shape, or form is he leading the pitching staff in like wins or anything like that. But the veteran presence, the veteran experience being there. Gosman's having a good year. Barrios is having a good year.
Shout out Gosman.
You got guys kind of doing their thing and just going with the way it is. But look, we keep talking about these teams that are surprising. We just talked Rays. We talked Tigers a little bit and how good they've been. They have a Cy Young we're going to talk to. I wish we had talked to. We're going to talk about in a minute. But, dude, I want to talk about the last surprising team that I have on here, and that's the Cardinals. Okay? Cardinals, nobody saw this coming. They were going to trade Helsley. They were going to trade Arenado. They had talks about trading Sonny Gray, talks about trading Eric Fetty, who they traded for last year, talks about Miles Mikolas, talks about every name on that team.
They're 13-3 in their last 16 games.
And this team is just out of nowhere being dominant. And speaking of Sonny Gray, I want to talk about his performance this past week.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray's performance this past week is right here. We talk about the Greg Maddoxes of the world being so good. You just mentioned how pitchers used to throw 7-8 innings all the time. And now we see 5 or 6 in his bullpen time. Coach, a couple days ago, Sonny Gray goes 9. 1 hit, 0 runs, 0 walks, 11 Ks, 89 pitches. 89.
That's
Complete
disgusting.
game shutty. Okay. He is the only pitcher, according to Dalton Feely on X, he is the only pitcher in MLB history
Twitter.
to throw 9 innings with 1 hit or less, 0 home runs, 0 walks, 11 plus Ks in under 90 pitches. This is something all time right here. And this is what the Cardinals have been doing, and that's why they're one of the most surprising teams. I believe they're second in the division right now. Can you confirm that for me?
Third.
Okay, third in the division.
They're a half a game back from the Brewers. The Brewers are in second at 2 games back.
Okay, so the Brewers must have took it last night then from them.
So 47-37 for the Brew Crew and 47-38 for the Cardinals.
Where are they at wild card?
In the 3 seed.
So, I mean, you're talking about a team that, you know, people were saying, oh, it's rebuild time, rebuild year, rebuild this, rebuild that. Now they're looking like they're going to be buyers at deadline and go for this thing.
So,
all right, who you got next? What you want to talk about? You want to stay in that division? Speaking of of that number 2 team?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to talk about something that's not on this list.
Oh, God, here we go.
I apologize. I was watching MLB Network before you got here, before I fell asleep, right? And the Mets. Okay, Mets at 3-7 in the last 10. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. And the Phillies ended up taking a lead in the division. But the Phillies went 5-5 in their last 10.
Yeah.
Right? Why is it that the Phillies just they don't dominate, right?
They don't just run away.
They don't just run away with it because they had a chance. They had a big chance. The Mets are on a schneid here. They're not doing good at all.
Here's why for Philly. And I know we've been on the college
and I
run.
think Aaron Nola, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I just recently looked. Aaron Nola, I believe, is a bronze pitcher on the show.
Yeah, he hadn't been good this year. He got off to a really bad start, like 0-6 bad start with a 4+ ERA, 5+ ERA, or something like that. So
yeah,
he was off to a bad start. But here's why Philly's really been struggling: 5-5, not really taking over that division here lately. Zach Wheeler's been hit around a good bit. Nola hadn't been Nola, and to cap all of that off, Bryce Harper's been out for the last 20-ish games.
That's a difference maker.
And he's only hitting 258 on the year.
But Schwarb Nasty has been destroying baseball.
Schwarb Nasty is tied for 4th in the MLB with
25 home runs.
25 homers.
Yeah.
Tied for 4th. I mean,
See,
he's doing his thing. But, dude, I tell you, like, that's kind of why this is going to be an absolute – I didn't see this coming. This is going to be a great battle for the end of the year.
Mets, dude, look. The Mets spent all that fucking money on Soto, and Soto's been dog shit.
He's really come about here lately. Let me hold on.
He's not worth $765.
No, well, nobody is, in my opinion. Not even Shohei. Nobody's worth that much money. Not to play baseball.
Shohei's worth $400 at bat, $300 on the mound. So I can justify Shohei. I cannot justify Soto. Not one single bit. Not at all. Not even fucking close.
So here's where Soto is on the year. Here's how bad of a start he got off to. On the year, he's hitting 258 with 20 homers. All right. But then in the last month, okay, in the last 30 games, this is where Soto's been. In the last 30. So April, May, out of the question right here. This is just June. This is just June. All right. Listen to those numbers again. 20 homers.
In just June?
No. This is on the year.
Okay.
20 homers, 77 hits, 47 RBIs with a 258 average.
Okay.
Now.
Not 765. Got it.
Now, June.
Okay.
In the last 30 days, he's hitting 317 with 12 homers, 32 hits, and 22 RBIs. Yes, it's not 765. I agree 100%.
It's not.
But the last
No
month,
one can ever convince me that Juan Soto is worth 765.
No. In the last month, he has been the Juan Soto that they did sign. Because to get off to the season, to your last 30 games to be hitting 317 and your average on the year is only 258 shows how bad of a start you got off to.
So, okay, so he's doing good and the rest of the team is doing shit right now because they're, again, on a fucking – they're 3-7 in the last 10, and it is still June.
Right.
So –
But you're talking about Soto, that's why.
I know. I was just looking at it, and I understand
this is all
it's
according
not,
to MLB.com.
I understand it's not on the list, but it was one of those things that shocked me. And I kind of heard Ravi and them talking about it earlier. Like, it was just – like, what the fuck? You know, because, like, the Phillies, in my opinion, I think they should win this division every year. I think the Braves should be in second. The Mets should be a close third. Yeah. Let the Mets and Braves fight it out for second place. But I think the Phillies should win this division every year as long as they have the team that they have. But no Bryce hurts, right?
Right.
Wheeler getting hit hurts.
Yep.
Not having a natural disaster for Castellanos to hit a fucking home run hurts. You know, that type of shit, right? So now we can go back to the NL Central and say, man, the Cubs, which did not think that they were going to win this division.
The Cubs, we did not think we're going to. Actually, you did. You picked Cubs.
Did I pick Cubs?
You did.
I did think they were going to win this division.
I picked the Reds.
That's right. This was the only division that we argued about. Everything else we were Phillies, Dodgers. I think we both picked the Rangers.
Yep.
For the West, I want to say we both picked the Royals.
Yep.
And then we both picked the Red Sox.
Yep.
So this is the only division. Hey, I'm winning something.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah, but look, they are 4-6 in their last 10. They're on, but look, Cubs are doing good. That Kyle Tucker.
Kyle who?
Words are hard.
Kyle Tucker.
Yes. The Kyle Tucker trade.
Oh, Chuck Nasty over there in Chicago.
It worked out for him. It worked out big for him.
You know what else worked out for him, though?
Seiya Suzuki.
Yes. Seiya Suzuki is tied for 6th in homers right now.
Just threw a name out there.
Guess who's tied for 8 in homers right now and is another guy. He's not going to win the MVP, but my goodness, talk about a ceiling on him. PCA.
Rookie of the year?
Yeah, probably.
If he doesn't,
is he available for Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, he got called up towards the beginning of the year.
But he played some last year too. Let's see.
Yeah, but he wasn't. His service time wasn't there.
He's not available. He played 123 games last year. No, he's not available for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, that sucks.
But dude, I'm telling you, those 3 guys.
PCA is a fucking dog.
Oh
dude.
my gosh!
I don't care what color his hair is. I don't give a shit what piercings he has. I don't give 2 fucks. He could look like Shrek. Okay, he really could. And this man is an animal. You cannot deny his athletic ability. He's a fucking dude. He's an 80 speed, right? Like, prospect wise, MLB the show wise, he's a fucking 99 speed.
Dude, this is a team that are you talking a top 3 or 4 category for everything, okay? When it comes to runs, they're second behind the Dodgers. When it comes to hits, second behind the Dodgers. When it comes to doubles, they're a little bit farther down on the list in doubles. Triples, 4th in triples. Homers, 3rd in homers. RBIs, 2nd in RBIs. Like, this team does everything. And by the way, they also pitch it too. Let's throw some pitching numbers out there. Let's see where we're at.
Steele. Fucking Shota, Imanaga.
They're 4th in wins on the pitching staff at 49. Hey, these dudes, bro, they do everything. Let's see where they at. Yeah, I'm gonna get you another beer. I know you need another one. Hold on, just a minute.
No. See. I had something kind of funny to tell you. But no. Go ahead. It's probably not the best thing to tell you, but I will.
Oh, all right.
I will.
Runs given up, they're in the middle of the pack, which is surprising, but that just means that they're putting up runs just like that offense is doing. Dude, this team has been extremely impressive, but I know that that's not the team you're wanting to talk about because you're wanting to talk about another guy, and his initials are JM, Jacob Mizorowski.
Talking about the Brew Crew here, could you imagine, and I want to throw this out there because you threw it out there to me, And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, it turns out Jacob Mizorowski, coming out of high school, was supposed to come to LSU in 2023. Jacob Mizorowski would have been on the same team as Paul Skeens
And Ty Floyd.
and Ty Floyd and Ackenhausen and Riley Cooper. Could you imagine the run we would have made? We won in 2023, by the way. We won the entire thing. Could you imagine how many more wins we would have had?
No, I'd say that team. And look, Jacob Mizorowski said, had he went lower than the second round pick of the Brewers right there, he would have come to LSU.
100%.
So if the Brewers pass right there, he's a Tiger.
Dude.
And not a Detroit Tiger. He's a fucking LSU Tiger.
Depending on if the Detroit Tigers picked after the Brewers or not.
Throwing a hundo, Jacob Mizorowski is absolutely disgusting. I don't even know what I have in the notes. Jacob Mizorowski.
I got it right here. In 3 starts, has looked absolutely untouchable. 16 inning pitch, 3-0 record, 1.13 ERA, 19 strikeouts, and a WHIP of .63. What is a WHIP, Coach? WHIP, walks and hits per inning pitched. Essentially, how many base runners get on per inning. And this dude is on a legendary run. He is on a Paul Skeens-like run, but he has more run support.
Let me tell you something here. All right. He has I want you to take a guess for me. I don't know what do you have pulled up?
Diesel must want to play baseball.
I don't know. What do you have pulled up?
I have the standings.
Okay, you got the standings pulled up. So you don't have Jacob Mizorowski pulled up anywhere right there?
Go get it, boy. Go get it, boy. No, I do not.
Don't pull him up. Don't pull him up. Don't pull him up. All right. Jacob Mizorowski in his 16 innings pitch has faced a total of 56 hitters. I want you to guess how many hits he's given up out of those 56 guys he's faced.
So if his WHIP is a .63 and his 1.13 ERA, let me go full
hits,
rain
not
man.
Not runs. Hits.
No, I know. So his WHIP, which is runs,
walks and hits,
per innings pitch, is less than 1.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pitching.
So yes, it is less than
16 innings. So it's how many hits he's given up?
How many hits has he given up?
I'm gonna go with 5, Coach.
3.
That was my first guess.
This guy has faced 56 Major League Baseball hitters and has given up 3 hits. One of those is one of his 2 earned runs was a homer. He's given up 2 earned runs.
Buddy, have you seen the guy that he fucking folded?
Yes. On the slider.
It was a cutter.
The
cutter
lefty?
lefty cutter inside corner.
His back.
Cutter inside corner. And this dude fucking you remember back in the day when that song fucking You're a Jerk, right? And dude was doing the
song. Yes.
Dude was doing the pin drop.
Yeah.
Right? You know what a pin drop is? Where you tuck your right or left, like where your foot does this. God damn it.
Oh my God. It's Bella. I'm right here, everyone.
There's an earthquake at Chicago today. But
Bet Nick Castellanos homer.
Yeah. so foot here, right? Goes.
You describe it. I gotta go piss.
I need you to be here.
I know what the dance is. I know.
You know what the pin drop is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like that dude did that.
Yeah. Tell everybody what did the pin drop.
If you don't know what a pin drop is, okay. Back in the day when I used to, get down and boogie, oogie. You know what I mean? Foot on ground here, right? And then like knee here. You take inside of so your foot's here and like your ankles like here. You take that and you put it inside the knee and then you bend it down and you drop and you land on this foot, right? And then you spin out of it. Well, this dude made a professional hitter look like that. He made him do that. And I'm sorry. I can't stand to do that. But anyway, Mizorowski is a fucking animal. He is an insane. Dude, I just cannot believe. Like, the more I really think about it, I really cannot imagine him also on that 2023 team.
Dude, they actually had Skeens versus Mizorowski last week.
I did see that.
It was very fun. Skeens, he went 4 innings, gave up 4. Like, it happens, but
it does. And how his ERA is up to, his career ERA is up to like a 2.25.
I know we got us on the screen right now, but you know what's a free game on MLB.com right now? Is the Boston Red Sox, who are throwing Garrett Crochet versus the Reds throwing.
I pay for MLB TV. I don't have to have a free game.
Yeah, I know, but Crochet versus Chase Burns tonight of the Reds.
And it is a free game. I did forget that. I am sorry. What time does that start?
49 minutes ago.
Oh.
But dude, Jacob Mizorowski has been unfreaking believable, dude.
Should we put that on?
Sure, put it on if you want to. I don't care.
Okay.
But dude, it's so much fun to watch him throw. And talk about just a huge MLB baseball, right? Major League Baseball.
MLB baseball. I like it. Let's keep doing it.
Major League Baseball is at a great point right now when it comes to young pitchers, right? You got the Garrett Crochets of the world. You have Skeens of the world. You have Jared Jones whenever he's healthy throwing. You got Bubba Chandler coming. You got Chase Burns. Who else is in that Reds rotation, Coach? You want to talk about a disgusting Reds rotation?
Bottom 2.
Go!
He's not even pitching anymore, bud.
No, he's not. The Red Sox got to him. It's 7-0 in the second.
7-0 in the bottom of the second inning.
I bet the under, which is 7.5 in this game.
Better hope nobody else fucking scores, bud.
But dude, you talk about a rotation that has a chance to be extremely dirty. You got
what did Chase Burns do?
Yeah, you go look that up. I'll talk about what they got coming though. You got Hunter Green, who I said is going to win Cy Young this year. Chase Burns is in that rotation. Rhett Lauder is in that rotation.
Who's a fucking animal.
Nick Lodolo is in that rotation. Brady Singer is in that rotation. Nick Martinez, who was 3 outs away from a no-no 2-3 nights ago, is in that rotation. Bro, you're talking about a team that, whew, when these young guys get their feet wet or wetter than what they are right now, you're talking about a team that can be dominant on the pitching staff side.
Buddy, listen to this.
Let's go. Hit me with it.
A third of an inning.
A third of an inning?
Recorded 1 out in the first.
Hey, look, hold on. Let me just pause real quick. I hate it for Chase Burns because I'm a big
100%.
However,
I agree.
However, I love it for Chase Burns. You know why? Because his favorite team growing up was the Yankees. So welcome to Fenway Park, bitch.
We still love you, Chase.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of Chase Burns. I don't want to.
A third of an inning. So a third of an inning, 5 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and a nuke.
Who hit the nuke?
Let me look.
Trevor Story.
So home run. It was Trevor Story.
Boom! What a guess.
Did you bet that?
No.
Yeah, well, you should have fucking done it.
I just have 7.5 being the under.
How about Ellie? Ellie,
kind of disappointing actually this year. All right, who we want to talk about next? Jacob Mizorowski's doing his thing. Coach, let's just go ahead and stick with the pitchers here, and let's go to the reigning, defending, current Cy Young in the lead to win it for back-to-back seasons.
Of the world.
That would be Mr. Tarek Skubal. Holy smokes. What a fucking
this dude, first of all,
absolute domination.
I've seen a couple of interviews with this guy, and he's just such a fucking downer, like cool dude. Like he's the same reason why I enjoy Shane Gillis as a comedian, because he's just a guy.
Yeah.
He's not a prima donna. He's not this. He's not that. Like he's one of the boys.
Right.
Right. This motherfucker here does not know. In these interviews, I'm not saying he Does not look stupid in any way. But like they ask him questions, he's like, well, fuck. He's just there to play ball. He doesn't know his ass from a hole in a wall. But
all he wants to do is have that baseball in his left hand.
And every interview he's in, he has a baseball in his hand.
Yeah.
This dude eats, breathes, bleeds, shits baseball.
I mean, look, he is the leader of
Shitting a baseball might hurt.
Yeah, it might hurt.
I don't recommend it.
He is the leader of this Tigers team that is first in that division, and they are leading by 11 and a half games. They are tied for the best record in baseball with the Dodgers right now. That's a point that we just got out the way. So,
of course,
this is a team that is absolutely destroying the game right now, and this is a guy in Tariq Skubal that there, in my opinion, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. This is the best pitcher on the planet currently as we sit here today.
Better than Skeens?
Yes. Yes. He's a lefty that is dominating.
98 to 99.
To a hundo. His last pitch after his 7-inning, 13 strikeout, 1 walk, and 1 hit performance yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Pitching the 7th to strike out his 13th guy was 1 hundo painted on the inside bottom corner.
All right.
This is the best pitcher in baseball today. I hope he commits to play for Team USA. I really do. If we can figure out if Captain Aaron Judge can figure out a way, you started with Skeens, you get Scoob next, and then you go after a Garrett Crochet and a Hunter Green, and that's your 4. Hey, buddy.
Will he play for Team USA?
I think so.
With a name like Tariq Skubal?
Yeah, I think he's going to play for us.
I don't know. Like, he speaks fluent. I mean, look, I don't know the man's nationality. He's born in America. I think he's. I'm
gonna find out for you.
I'd imagine, but
he's American. Yeah.
So, but there is okay. But what is his heritage? Because we saw a guy like Lars Nootbaar play for Japan.
He did. Yeah.
So, you know,
I don't think these two country or. I don't know what they are. The Czech and the
Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to play for them. And the Arabic roots.
Yep. Nope. He's good.
So he'll play for the United States.
Which I would imagine Aaron Judge would be like, hey,
look, this is a guy that's the reigning
Captain America.
Yeah. He's the reigning Cy Young winner. He's the current favorite right now in the AL to win it. He's 10-2. He's the first pitcher in who knows how long to get a decision in his last 10 starts. That don't happen very often, right? We always see no decisions.
We always see no decisions.
Yeah. He has gotten a decision in his last 10 starts. I don't know the last time that's been done. He currently leads the league in wins at 10-2, or actually 10 is tied with Garrett Cole. Not Garrett Cole, with Max Fried.
So his next start.
Yeah. As long as Max Fried doesn't win.
Ah, fuck Max Fried.
He leads the league, or tied for league lead in wins. He leads the league in strikeouts and whip of qualified players, because Jacob Mizorowski is not qualified for that yet.
And whip is walks and hits per innings pitch, essentially how many base runners get on per inning.
And his whip is .83 right now. And he is 6th in ERA with a 2.15 among qualified starters. I mean, this is a guy that is an absolute number 1 true ace that we haven't seen in a very long time dominate the game for the way he's dominated the game. The last time we saw somebody do this on a constant year-to-year basis, back-to-back Cy Young Awards winners, back-to-back times being the top guy there, right? You're looking 2012, 2013, 2014, the 10 Lincecums of the world.
I was thinking Verlander.
Before he fell
Verlander
off.
with Tigers.
Verlander with the Tigers. Ubaldo Jimenez, whenever he was at top of his game, then got traded and fell off the face of the earth. Lincecum, I mean, dude, don't forget Lincecum. He goes back-to-back Cy Youngs, and then the next year was like, where'd Tim Lincecum go?
Falls off the face of the earth.
He was horrible.
I would love if we could somehow, some way get the freak on.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the kind of thing that you're looking at right here.
There's a lot of things going on with freak off right now. So, yeah.
But
so we need to get the freak on. You know what I mean?
That's just one of those things. He has been so good. he continues to be so good. He continues to be the staff ace, the leader of this team in the Tigers that essentially, we didn't pick him to win the division. I think we both had him second in the division, maybe third behind Cleveland if they were going to do anything this year, but they lost Bieber it was early in the year. They traded Jimenez to their Gold Glover to the Blue Jays. They traded Naylor to the Diamondbacks. So they kind of lost a lot of things there that happened, but it's just one of those things, dude, where this team has been so good, and it all starts with Tariq Skubal.
And look, this division too is one that is always up for grabs between literally the top 4 teams in this division. White Sox are always out until they figure it the fuck out.
Yeah,
I don't know, but the Royals, the Twins, the Guardians, and the Tigers can win this division at any fucking time. And what's crazy is the same thing goes for the NL Central.
Yeah.
Right? We already know that the NL West is going to be the Dodgers for the next 10 years.
Yep.
Right? We already know that. We already know that the NL East is going to be the Phillies for the next two probably, right?
Yeah, they're getting
old. And then we'll start asking questions. The AL West, at this point, it is up for grabs, but it's between 3 teams. And it's the Astros, the Mariners, and the Rangers.
Dude, the Astros got like a 7-game lead though. I mean, I don't see where
6.5. Yeah, but normally at the end of the year, it's always a 3-way tie going into like the last 5 fucking games, and we're like, all right, who's going to win this division? But it's those 3 teams. We always know. Okay, the AL East, usually Yankees and Orioles, Red Sox, possibly.
Yeah,
this year's
more.
This year's different with the AL East.
More of the last 3 to 4 years, it's kind of been wide open. But if you take away the last 3-4 years, it's really been either Yankees or Red Sox.
Right, but the Central in both leagues,
yeah,
it's out of 4 or 3 teams.
Yeah, it's something about the Central. I don't know what's going on, but Coach Lee, I do want to talk about one more thing. We'll hold a couple of these things. Well, no, we can't hold one. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that Mariners guy.
I mean, hold on. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about that. Mariners guy.
That fucking guy.
And we'll hold the rest of these notes for the next one.
This fucking guy. Hold on. Let me just talk about the Mariners real quick. They're 43-40. They're 6.5 games out of first place. Mm-hmm. Right, but they are in the 3 seed right now in the wild card.
Yep.
So they're the 3rd wild cards, which means they're 6 seed. These guys have a run differential of plus 13. They've allowed 367, which is not like their normal pitching staff.
No.
Their bullpen has 0 help. Their bullpen gives 0 help. Their pitching staff, we named guys earlier. They are fucking dominant. They scored 380 runs, and it is mostly because of this guy right here in Cal Raleigh.
The Big Dumper.
I don't like his nickname.
It's a great nickname. But Kyle Riley.
It is a terrible fucking nickname. The big dumper.
Kyle Riley. Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle Riley. I know. If you say it fast enough, it sounds like Kyle, though.
Just say it slow. Don't fuck his name up.
Kyle.
Put some respect on his fucking name.
The Big Dumper.
That's not a name I don't.
Dude, he loves it, though.
That's fine. I'm glad he loves it.
It's not a name I want.
I don't.
Yeah, no.
Was somebody next to him in the fucking bathroom one day?
I don't know the story. We're gonna have to figure out the story.
We're gonna have to figure out the story of why they call him the Big Dumper.
Yeah, we'll figure. We'll
Does he have a big ass?
We'll put that on the to-do list. Write it behind you. Find out why Big Dumper. Good job.
Fucking wrote it.
But dude, look, I want to talk about.
I'll put it in the notes.
I want to talk about Kyle Riley, dude. He's so fucking good. I mean, this is a guy that's breaking records.
Is that Roman?
Right. That looks like Marcelo.
Okay.
That's Marcelo, yeah. He's talking to Breggy.
He did look Italian.
Yeah. That's Marcelo. He's talking to Breggy right there.
I didn't realize he got called up too.
Yeah, all of them are. Well, Campbell got sent back down. Christian Campbell got sent back down.
Oof.
But, yeah, Rowe and Meyer are both up. But, dude, Kyle Riley, there's not even enough words that you can say about him to describe how good he is. I mean, basically, this is how you describe how good he is MVP. This is a guy playing.
He's putting up those numbers, dude.
A premium position. And I get it, Aaron Judge is doing Aaron Judge type things, and he is crushing it, right? I don't want to take away anything from Aaron Judge, but at the same time, this is a guy playing out.
Ooh. That's close. Very close.
Out.
Okay.
This is a guy.
Buy it.
Game of inches, bro. Game of inches.
Oh, man.
Ball hair?
Something. I was going to say something else, but it's also a hair on a region down there.
Yeah. This, and look, again, not taking away from Aaron Judge and what he's doing this year, because what Aaron Judge is doing is also just completely incredible. 355, 30 homers. Like, dude is doing everything, right? Leads the league in hits with 110. I mean, he is just crushing baseballs left and right like there's no tomorrow. But Kyle Riley's playing a platinum glove catcher position. All right. He has hit 29 of these 32 homers while starting at catcher. This is a guy that's not hitting DH and hitting a bunch of homers. This is a guy playing the most premium position, arguably, on the field, because you're involved in every single pitch that's thrown. And you are hitting 275 with 32 homers. You are doing things that has never been done before by a catcher. And why has it never been done, Coach? We got records being broken, okay? This is this Kyle Riley in this year, he's already surpassed his home run total from last year. And we're not even to the All-Star break yet, which, by the way, the most homers by a catcher at the All-Star break is 28 by Mike Piazza. He's at 32, and we got almost 2 weeks left till the All-Star break. The most homers by a switch hitter before the All-Star break is 29. He's got 32, and we're 2 weeks away from the All-Star break almost. All right? You're talking about somebody here, like, let's look at just most home runs ever beyond or before the All-Star break. Leading ever is Barry Bonds at 39 in 2001, where he finished with the record-breaking 73 that year. Okay? Chris Davis is the most recent. I'm sorry, Aaron Judge is the most recent at 34 in 2024. Chris Davis is second on the list, 2013, where he hit 37. This is a very reachable number at 37, in my opinion. Sits at 32. You got 11 games left before All-Star break. This is a very reachable number for him. We're going to see him on these lists, I think. And, dude, it is unbelievable, which, you know, by the way, as what happened? What are we doing? Oh, we're turning Seattle on. Seattle and KC on. Hopefully we see a homer. By the way, here's the cool part. He asked his dad to pitch and his brother to catch in the All-Star Home Run Derby, which is what he declared.
First of all, his brother's 15 years old. I don't see that happening. I don't see it, but it very well could.
I mean, he's not catching 102 from Jacob Mizorowski. He's catching 65.
Yeah, but I think MLB has some like liability.
Well, he's underage, so you got to get dad to sign off.
It's fair.
You know, as long as they give consent.
The event is about to start. The game's supposed to start at 6:40. 6:40 Pacific.
Oh yeah,
8:40 tonight.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put it back on the Red Sox game.
But dude, it's been super impressive to watch what he's done. You know, this, according to MLB.com, I'll just kind of read this. This is one sentence according to MLB.com. Riley has passed Mickey Mantle, Jose Ramirez, and Lance Berkman for the most homers by a switch hitter before the All-Star break, and he's passed Johnny Bench for the most by a primary catcher within that same criteria, which we've already said. Johnny Bench and Mike Piazza were both tied for the record. I said Mike Piazza because that's the guy we grew up getting to watch.
Like pizza.
Yeah. Piazza.
I always thought his name was Piazza or was Pizza.
I know it's so much fun to say.
So look, so they play Kansas City tonight. Okay, they got Kansas City for 3 more games after tonight.
4 games set, nice.
Yeah, and then you go Pirates, Yankees, Detroit.
Yeah,
you have probably the hardest schedule leading up to the All-Star game, in my opinion, because you're going to face Skeens, Jared Jones, probably in there as well. I don't know when Skeen's. Oh fuck.
When he's scheduled to throw again.
Oh, buddy, guess who's FaceTiming me right now?
Who?
That I need to tell him to join. I mean, I know we're almost out of time.
Yeah, we're done after this.
Chris.
Oh, is he?
And we're talking about Mariners right now.
No, don't do it. This is going to be another 35 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
or just do it and tell him we only got a couple minutes to talk about it.
Fuck. Look at my phone. See if it's
It's black.
okay. Well, I don't have any video right now.
Let me pull you up on mine.
Oh shit.
It says it's recording in higher quality. It looks like you're coming back.
I'm still like blanked out. There I am.
Yeah, we're good.
Let me text him. I'm not gonna tell him to join, but I will FaceTime him after.
Yeah, FaceTime after. Tell him next time he needs to call in. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this episode. I think we've covered a lot. We have a couple more points, but we can hold back on those points till the next one.
Later this week, we'll just kind of keep
I
our
thought we
normal.
was going to start doing once a week. No, you want to do twice?
It's up to you.
Coach Rob misses me.
I do miss him. I did miss him a lot.
Coach Rob did call me, or I called him, and we were talking about something, and he said, "Hey, when are we recording again?" And I was like, "I don't know. Whenever you want to." He goes, "All right. I just miss you, bud. I miss recording." So, yeah, we'll get back on it. But you opened, right?
I did open.
All right, you want me to go ahead and close this out?
Go ahead, bud. Go ahead, and then I'll FaceTime Chris.
I'll go ahead and close this out. So we got to talk about a lot of stuff. Team USA, Big Dumper, Mizorowski, Tigers, disappointing team, surprising teams, what whip means for everybody that don't understand what whip means, because there's a bunch of terminology out there that we did say last year we were going to take a day and just go over all the terminology. It's not going to happen.
If it does happen, it'll happen all season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's too much happening. We are right, as Coach Rob said, we are right in the midst of trade season. We are right in the midst of All-Star break coming in 10, 11, 12 days, something like that.
Off the wall. Oh, Barehand. Who is that?
That's Cedon Rafaela.
No. Is that McLean?
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt McLean?
Yeah.
Dude's a dog.
I love
He's
Matt
so
McLean.
Fucking good, dude.
Yeah. Love Matt McLean.
Who was the player of the week?
I don't know.
It was from the Reds.
Probably Spencer Steer. He had
Yeah,
3 homers
it was.
and 3 at-bats.
It was Spencer Steer.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he was the player of the week. And then I think Scoobs was
the pitcher of the week.
No, AL player of the week. I could be wrong.
So anyway, all right,
ahead,
that's it for today. I think that's it for the day. And tune in next time. I'll give you a little preview to what we're going to talk about next time. LSU loses a big key to their puzzle.
College baseball is still a thing.
Yeah, transfer portal loses a big piece to their puzzle. Acuna is back. Tune in to see what he's doing next episode. Jeremy Pena has been leading the AL West, leading Astros in a big way this year. He's made a giant leap. And we can't forget to he's story with the bare hand. He's safe.
It's Ellie.
We can't forget to talk about the guy over in also the AL West. That would be the rookie of the year leader right now, Mr. No Strikeout, Jacob Wilson, and what he's been doing at a premium position at shortstop. He has been absolutely phenomenal. We will break all of that down plus more coming to you in the next episode. I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob, and we are your boys with Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.